I know you've written about this, again, Jacob Roach, BrownsWire.com. Alex Wright, could he be part of the solution at defensive tackle? Just quick review, Perrion Winfrey gone, so there is a need. They were thin there to begin with. Winfrey was a guy who was probably going to get into that rotation. Do you think Wright could step in?
Yeah, absolutely. When you add him with the other edge rusher that can play on the inside, and Zadarius Smith, they added a couple of people that I really think you could see some crazy formations where they put Alex Wright and Zadarius Smith on the inside with Ogbo Okoronkwo and Myles Garrett on the outside when you're talking about rushing the passer, and just put it in this ultimate NASCAR style package with those four players on there. And I think Alex Wright, he struggled some last year. He came out of UAB as this like physical freak. He reminds you kind of the way David Njoku was coming out of Miami, where he's got this size, the unteachable size and athleticism for a guy. You saw him earlier this week, some videos from camp. He's as big as Myles Garrett. Like, he's every bit as big as he is. And we know that Myles is a mountain of a man. So you've got, I think, Alex Wright and Zadarius Smith being able to play the inside in situations where it's pass rush. I think that's why they're totally comfortable with Dalvin Tomlinson and Siaka Ika on the early downs trying to shut down the run. And I just think that Alex Wright was forced to play before he was ready last year. He was just a raw prospect. But his best snaps were on the interior as a defensive tackle, and I think he can make an impact there as a rusher and even a run defender on some of them early downs if Tomlinson and Ika need a break.
Think about the first step of the guys you just talked about: Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith, Okoronkwo, and if you say Alex Wright. Somebody is going to beat their man, and probably two or three of them are going to have a quick first step on whomever's trying to block them.
Yeah, I hope so. How do you think, like, you can't double team? Who you double teaming? Are you double teaming Zadarius? What if Zadarius Smith is standing next to Myles Garrett? You don't theoretically have enough people to double team both of them. So one of them's potentially, and if you do, you got somebody on the right side like Alex Wright, Okoronkwo. Zadarius Smith last year, even though he dealt with injury, he actually had, according to PFF, more pressures than Myles Garrett. And you're just saying that they have got to just worry about those two somewhere. There is, if Alex Wright, Okoronkwo, even the guys down on the depth chart, if they can't win and be successful with those two on the field opposite them especially, then they're probably not long for the NFL. But you're just looking for anybody that can win one-on-one, and I think you can consistently get one-on-one matchups for guys with that kind of skill set, that it's going to be successful in some way, shape, or form, at least in the pass rush situations.
So on the show, we've done a series where we've looked at what the Browns' defense might look like relative to what Jim Schwartz coached in Philadelphia in 2018. And the thing that stands out, that defensive line was playing in the offensive backfield 3-4 yards just about every play. And if that happens, they have the talent to make that happen. It's a recipe to have a defense that is dominant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. He talks about playing fast and aggressive. That's what Jim Schwartz, we've heard that kind of soundbite several times this offseason from him. He just wants them to play fast, aggressive, downhill football. And we've heard the DBs even talk about it, saying that, like, it's simplistic. Like, they're not trying to go out there and reinvent the wheel. They're going out there and putting their players in the position to do whatever it is that they do best. And that defensive line, what it does best is be aggressive, be explosive off the line of scrimmage, get into the backfield. And that is, I mean, this defensive line, especially in pass rush situations, is 100% built to create havoc and live in the back of that. I mean, can you imagine if the man corners that we have only have to hold coverage for like a second and a half? Come on now. That's fun.
Yeah, and you've brought safeties that like to jump routes and make plays on the ball for that very reason. That's the reason you go and you get McLeod and you get Juan Thornhill.